It's time for another episode of Ask Mr. Tricam, starring me, Mr. Tricam. A viewer writes, "Dear Mr. Tricam, I climb in an area where tourists can walk along the base of the climbs, and I'm often asked, how do you guys get the rope up there? I've tried explaining how lead climbing works, but I usually get a blank stare and in response. What's the best way to answer that question? Signed, Jerry Rigged." Well, Jerry, that depends on how much of a dick you want to be. But since legitimate answers didn't work, you might as well have some fun by explaining it like this. The climber called the leader uses either a grappling hook or a train blizzard to advance the rope up the rock. Points of protection are secured along the climb with a patented cliffhanger bolt gun, rather than the dangerous old-school gear you see in the movies. The leader continues up the rock until they either run out of rope or fall off, whichever comes first. That's called a pitch. The second person on the rope, referred to as the Gumby, is then hoisted with a complex 2-to-1 ratio pulley system and backstopped by a locking device called a gree-gree, which together provides mechanical advantage sufficient to get even the least coordinated beginner up almost any climb imaginable. The two climbers then repeat the process until they either reach the top or A, run out of daylight, B, it rains, or C, someone dies, which are the only 3 legitimate reasons to stop climbing. That should answer their questions. Well, that's all the time we have for today, but if you have a question for Mr. Tricam, you can leave it in the comments section of this video. And see you all on the next episode of Ask Mr. Tricam.